Hey everybody, I'm just going to do a quick video. I'll probably do some speed throughing, but I'm going to go ahead and cut out these vents. I'm going to go ahead and cut them out as one. I sort of started cutting right there, and I cut across here already. But I'm going to cut out the entire vent section, and I'm going to leave it off until the guy's done with the sandblasting. I'm going to have him sandblast down inside here, but I've got the windshield wiper linkage back in place because I was trying to see how much room I had in here to see if I could actually move that inner box in, cut it, and move it up for room for the air conditioner unit, heat unit. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out, leave it out for whenever he does the sandblasting. But I'm gonna get to work on it. And one of the things is all these rust holes in the windshield channel. I'm gonna cut past that, and I'm gonna come back, and what I might end up doing is actually leaving some of this metal and folding it as one piece. There's this section right here, it's real bad. Here's a couple, this here feels pretty good, except it's just got a couple pinholes. This over here though is real bad. I need to cut that out, and I got some right here also. The rest of this is fine until it gets to the corners, which are out of frame right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this one section out and get that figured out. Also, like I was saying, this has got a slight curve to it. So what my plan is, this rear should have the same curve. Once I cut this rear out, I can lay this then down on a piece of sheet metal, press it down to flatten it out, trace out with a marker the line, and then come back and cut on the outside of that line, which would give me the exact shape that this was. And then I can put it in here, use my TIG welder, and tack in the few spots. And if I get the top tacked, then whenever I lay this and get it to sit perfectly with the inside here and tack that, the curve should be there. Might take a little bit of forming, but we'll get there and it'll be just fine. All right, there it is. Uh-oh, I'm finding parts and pieces all of a sudden. Bunch of dirt, debris. So now this right here, I gotta be careful, it's kind of sharp. I can cut out, let me pull y'all down here. I'll flip y'all. So you can sort of see now that fresh air intake weir that's down in there. I don't know how much you can actually see. Yeah, you can see that. Let me see if I can get some light in there. So if y'all can see that hump that's right there, so that's where the intake for the heater is. So the water that's in here would actually just go around it on both sides. I don't have my flashlight here. Trying to give y'all some more light. But anyway, so that's that. But anyways, this is part of what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get him to sandblast all in here, and then I'll primer on the inside of this, and then use this right here. I'll take and flatten this out on a piece of sheet metal, and that'll give me the exact shape. And then all I gotta do is cut on the outside of the line of what I trace, and that should fit perfectly back inside here. But yeah, you can see right there, anyways, I'll just tack it with my TIG welder alongside here, and while I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and cut out these sections that I need to fix the holes on there and along there. I'll go ahead and cut those out, fix those first, and then take that piece, put it in here, and tack those in. And I can get all that done at once, and then I can come back and fix this right here by cutting this here out. And these right here are the little nibs that after you set your glass in, you have little clips that clip onto these right here, and that holds your trim in place. And I can go ahead and get rid of these because I've got brand new ones that are actually rivets. So after I get this here cut out and everything, I'll drill a hole right there, and it's a same stud, but it rivets in place. They're made out of stainless. But I've got that to do, a little bit there, up here in the top corner. Nothing really along the top, and then I've got this whole side of here is pretty bad. I'm probably going to replace that entire section. But this is just because what ends up happening is nobody ever like washes out the trim areas, and then it just starts rusting. But I think the car said it was from Tennessee. I don't know where at in Tennessee, but apparently they used a lot of salt, and or this car was driven up north a lot. So there's more patch than was expected. Here, I'll turn y'all back sideways here. There was more patchwork than expected. That's all it is. But it is what it is, and I'm not in a rush. So this is going to go pretty well. Everything is looking good. You can see whenever he comes and does sandblasting or the media blasting, you can see there's places like right there that are rusted through. I've just got to repair those, you know. But that was one little project I wanted to get done before he shows up. And then this linkage, I can undo it pretty quickly. It just unbolts. You just take and unscrew these here, and the linkage drops out. But looking at it now, you know, I can go ahead and seal this here off. After he does everything, the linkage comes in through here. You feed it in this way, get this one in place, screw it in, then you can use your fingers, feed that in place, screw that on. It looks like I have a good bit of room here. I just have to be sure to leave this drop right here for my windshield motor, wiper motor. And I think I can probably cut along here and raise this up a good bit, because all this, it never really touches there. So before I do that, I might order the AC unit just to see fitment and go from there. If it'll fit without me having to move anything, great. If I have to move stuff, I can cut into it and box out some sections, since it isn't going to matter anymore. But yeah, hey, moving right along. I tried getting that let me get out of the engine bay real quick. Working on the dent back here. I did get it popped out a good bit using the body hammer and dolly. And what I found out was somebody else had already tried and done some of it, and then just Bondo skimmed it. It's, I don't know, a 1/16 to an 1/8 inch thick Bondo, which isn't bad. I'm one of the, like I said, this is my 5th Javelin to own, but one of the parts cars that I had bought before, I don't know, I think it was either up here on this or here, or on the fender. I started just DA sanding it, and I hit body filler, and there was a good 1 inch, I don't know, it was at least 3/4 to 1 inch thick Bondo. Somebody had just slapped it on there. I'm like, holy cow. But it was just a parts car, so it didn't really matter anyway. I was just seeing what it had. But yeah, it's looking good. Happy we got that out. But yeah, this windshield wiper linkage, whenever I do go to put everything back together after I get everything welded up, I'm going to make a rubber O-ring gasket that will fit behind here to keep water from going in around that, which it probably won't, because there's an aluminum ring that goes behind that nut, aluminum washer. It's just a thin aluminum washer, but I might try to make a gasket or something to keep water intrusion out. But yeah, it'll be really nice once this is all media blasted and clean, so I can actually start repairs. I mean, everything now that I've done so far has just been tear down and figuring out what I've gotta do. I have ordered some parts besides the sheet metal. I've got my headlights already. I'm going LED headlights on it. I ordered a set of LED headlights for Black Friday deals. They are DOT approved. I know somebody's gonna say something that they're not, but these are. These AMCs and most of the older cars, they all use the same style headlight. It's just a 7-inch round. A lot of your Jeeps use 7-inch round headlights, so these are actually meant for a Jeep, but they are for that, they will fit the AMC, so that's what's really nice. I went ahead today and started gathering up all my parts, all my small parts that I'm going to have the Media Blaster work on too. There's a lot of like the valences and stuff like that, and I'm planning on painting the bumpers. The car is going to be that dark blue, but I might actually make the bumpers either black or a dark gray. So the dark midnight blue or whatever I'm going to use for my stripes, I might go ahead and do my bumpers the same color. So I like the chrome aspect of it. I might keep all my trim chrome, or it's stainless, I'm pretty sure, but all the trim on this is stainless, but the bumpers need to be redone anyway. And I was looking at them and I started sand on them a little bit to try to, you know, with the Scotch, with like a some WD-40 and quadruple lot steel wool to clean them up, and quickly realized they were clear coated. Somebody had, whoever, I've already complained about it, the person who had this car, apparently before they took it to auction to make it look shiny, clear coated everything on this car. Everything. And it was just, it was ridiculous. Anyway, so the bumpers were clear coated badly. After I got to looking at it, there's like runs of clear. They put so much on it. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and use some sandpaper on a sander and sand the bumpers down, get all the clear off of them, scuff up the chrome. And I've read and I've studied and everything else, and people have said if you can get those bumpers with like a 320 grit paper all over, and this is where I was saying I was going to have the guy media blast the bumpers just to get most of the clear off and clean up the back ends of them and everything. But I'm going to sand them to a 320 grit finish, and then you can place epoxy primer over top of the chrome with an adhesion promoter, and that will stick, and then you can come back with your paint color. So looking at things, I think that's what I'm going to do, is go take my bumpers to that same matte gray that I'm going to use for my stripes. If you didn't notice, it's cold out. I can see my breath. I don't know if y'all can see it. So hopefully it warms up when that guy comes to do the media blasting. and hopefully it's not raining. He said if it does rain on that day, we'll have to reschedule because he doesn't want to be sucking moisture into his system. So if it does rain on the 15th, we'll reschedule, but I'm hopeful that it'll be dry and clear. But I'm just going to continue on, and we'll keep working at it. It's day by day, guys. It's whenever I can. Thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have a good night. God bless. Like, share, subscribe. See y'all later.